So, hello fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 6455463728. And Halle Berry. She has broken a number of bones, ribs over the course of her career, and given how thin she is, I'm just saying she has a calcium deficiency. That's my thought. Now, where am I coming up with this stuff from? This is a famous movie star who has won an Academy Award. Why should she have a calcium deficiency? Doesn't necessarily make sense. Well, as you may or may not have seen, I realized that I personally had or have a calcium deficiency because recently I just decided, hey, let me go look up how much calcium are in various foods that I might consume regularly or not, and how much calcium do I need every day. And apparently I need 1,000 milligrams of calcium. And based on the foods that are readily available to me, to anybody, period, I could see that it was going to be really difficult to get enough calcium every day. As a matter of fact, since I've gone looking, I've heard that the average calcium intake for Americans, that big, huge country, um, is 600 milligrams per day, which is, at least according to, I guess, is it the UK health website, says that you need 1,000 milligrams a day. And yeah, I was not getting 1,000 milligrams. I mean, when you look at the various foods that have calcium in them, there's a couple here, there's a couple there. Orange juice might have some if it's fortified. Plus that they tell you that you know, the supplemental calcium is not probably not the best calcium for you, and that you can't absorb a lot of calcium from plants anyway. I was like, there's no way I could be getting it. So I saw how much I could get from cheese. I figured, let me get everything from cheese. I started eating cheese regularly, and I saw a lot of pains that I would have in my ankle, in my hands, in my wrist, in my is that it? Nope. My elbow, they're just gone. I just don't have them regularly anymore. As a matter of fact, I'd stopped doing certain exercises because of the regular pain that I would get when I did push-ups. My wrist would hurt, my elbow would hurt. When I did jumping jacks, my ankle would hurt, and I would stop for a while and come back, and it would hurt again. And I broke my ankle a while ago. Anyway, so I realized what happened, and when I stopped taking as much calcium, in order to avoid going to the grocery, I realized, whoops, my wrist is hurting. Just for a couple of days, I reduced it, maybe a week, and my wrist started hurting. So let's look at Halle Berry. Halle Berry apparently, in a movie with Robert Downey Jr., he grabbed her arm wrong, and it broke. What kind of crap is that? He didn't hit her, she didn't fall. He grabbed her arm wrong, and it broke. Now, apparently, they have a bad relationship because of that. I heard that, she was recounting a bit of it. She didn't want to say what she had the problem with, but I think everybody knows. He didn't get me any flowers, da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, it sounds like you like him, and maybe he didn't like you that much, as much, or at all, and maybe that's why, and you're upset, and da da da, whatever. Anyway, aside from that, just the grabbing of an arm, she apparently on Cloud Atlas, this movie with Tom Hanks, she apparently broke her foot. They didn't say exactly which bone, on an off day. She was on an off day, she wasn't even filming, and she broke her foot. And then while she was filming, she slipped on a rock in a river, I guess, or some waterway, and injured the ankle again. Tom Hanks said he has never heard someone yell up that profanity that loud. You can imagine, and she broke it. Now, these two stories, as well as some of the injuries that she's incurred, I found in an article from January of 2017. Apparently, she choked on um, a fig in a 007 movie, but that's not a bone. She hit her head. She didn't break anything in some of the movie, some of the place again, but she didn't break anything. So I'm just talking about the breaks that she had, two of them in two different movies in up to 2017. Now, right now, we are in August of 2021, and she's broken more bones in other movies. Um, as it is, it actually was her birthday yesterday. I'm recording this as of August 15th, and as of August 14th, I guess this was her birthday. Yesterday was her birthday. So happy birthday, Halle Berry. You'll never hear this, but apparently in whenever she filmed her directorial debut, she broke some ribs on the first day of training with an MMA athlete. She kept going because the budget was small. They couldn't put off shooting for days or weeks or whatever because of her injury, like in these other movies. So she just toughed it out. But why would she break a couple of ribs on the first day of shooting in her movie? Aside from that, on the set of John Wick, I think she broke other ribs again as a result of that, and they had to postpone shooting. I think that she probably has a calcium deficiency, honestly, because, and again, there's two systems that I would have looked at. I looked at the British system, which may have probably said that you need 1,000 milligrams a day, and the American system, I think, maybe says that you need 700 milligrams a day, but the average that most people get is 600. So that means whichever system you take, most people in America are getting less than that. And when you take into account the fact that you can't get your calcium from plants is one thing, because plants have these phytates, whatever, there's a phosphorus containing chemicals in plants that we cannot break down, and that limits our ability to absorb iron and zinc and to an extent calcium from foods, as well as if we eat nuts, maybe corn, soy, rice, any kind of seed, that can also bind to the calcium in the foods that we are consuming at the same time. So if you're having raisin bran has phytates in it, and they could very well bind to the calcium in the milk that you're drinking, you're eating your raisin bran with, and prevent you from absorbing that stuff. So you're probably not eating enough to begin with, and some of the things that you're eating your foods with might be preventing you from getting the calcium from your milk, your dairy, your fortified orange juice, whatever. So yeah, it's an uphill battle for most people to get enough calcium, and I don't think they're getting it. And for someone who's probably not consuming a whole lot of calories anyway, in order to stay within a particular body type like Halle Berry, and someone with a history of these breaks, yeah, I think that she probably has it. She's rich, she's famous, but that isn't protecting her from that, apparently. Um, she was talking about the fact that, when you break a bone, it heals stronger. I don't know anything about that. I mean, this is something that we would have heard, but the basis for that is unclear. I don't think she's broken these same bones again, but I don't know that it has anything to do with it being stronger. Um, yeah, so there's that. Anyway, tell me what you think. Do you think that she has a calcium deficiency? Do you think that I'm just full of junk or what? Anyway, oh yeah, one other thing I was going to add, in addition to having broken my ankle, very surprisingly and very easily, I didn't fall or anything like that. When I went to get an x-ray and the doctor looked at it, he's like, this isn't healing as fast as it should be, so take an extra month or whatever it is. And so yeah, combined with all of these little things in my family, I realized that yeah, I have one, and my sister probably, and many of my relatives. So anyway, do you think you have a calcium deficiency? Yeah, tell me about it in the comments. Thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, all that other stuff. Peace.